Lil Durk kicked his first baby mama, OTF Nikki, to the curb after he suspected her of sleeping with Snitch behind his back.
I'm a member of the Imperial Senate on a diplomatic mission to Alderaan.
You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take it away!
In part 1 of our Star Wars series, The Criminal Past and Uncertain Future of OTF, we revealed paperwork and heard a shocking story from No Limit Cairo showing that Snitch told authorities that C-Day and Rondo No. 9 committed a murder for a Happy Meal from McDonald's. In part 2 of our Star Wars series, Lil Durk's Empire Strikes Back, we'll expose the real reason why OTF members crashed out and killed an innocent man named Javon Boyd in February 2014 by reading the background from Rondo No. 9's 2019 appeal. Defendant Clint Massey, also known as Rondo No. 9, and his co-defendant Courtney Ely, aka C-Day, were convicted of murder in the shooting death of Javon Boyd. The state's evidence showed that Boyd, a private taxi driver, was waiting for his fare when Massey and Ely approached the taxi and shot Boyd. Although there was conflicting evidence as to who did the actual shooting. On the night of February 21st, 2014, defendants attended a party at 39th Street and Wentworth Avenue in the Wentworth Gardens housing project. Massey wore a tiger-striped jogging suit, and Ely wore a Burberry shirt and white pants. Also attending the party were Caprice Johns and Jasmine Brown. German-Tay Carpenter, better known as Snitch, Takia Herbert, who is Memo 600's sister, and Jerome Anderson, better known to fans of drill music as one of the founders of Team 600, Lil Boo. Defendants left the party with Herbert in Herbert's van. So, at this point in the story, Rondo and C-Day leave the party with Memo 600's sister. After they left, Johns, who remained at the party, got into an argument with a group of women known as Pretty in Pink, because Johns disliked the song that was being played. As they argued, someone fired a gun into the air multiple times. Johns did not see who fired the shots, but she guessed that the shooter wanted to stop the argument because it was too loud. The gunshots did not hit anyone. Yeah, that's right. An innocent black man ended up dead because some stupid little girls got into an argument about a song played at a house party. And, to make matters worse, the stupid bitches knew each other. They were all from the same hood. All of them represented OTF. Pretty in Pink was a struggle female rap group with a couple of videos that prominently featured familiar faces from O Block and Team 600. Big Hannah, aka Big Pink, hung with a lot of the guys from OTF and obviously had a close relationship with King Von. Lil Pink also hung with OTF, Snitch and the guys, because she is D Rose's little sister. To make a long story short, Pretty in Pink members did not appreciate it when one of their associates, Caprice Johns, spoke the truth about their music and called it trash. It is important to remember that the year was 2014. Even struggle female drill rappers like Pretty in Pink were given a chance to bombard our eardrums with terrible music. Lil Durk had started pushing known killers from his hood like D Rose, Rondo No. 9, and C-Day into the public spotlight by promoting their struggle raps to help bolster Durk's street credibility. And let's not forget that the crew was comprised of black disciples representing O Block, and they were partying with gangster disciples in the Wentworth Gardens apartment complex, which is Murder Town territory, during the height of Lil Durk's GDK movement. GDs from Murder Town welcomed members of OTF into their hood to kick it because they had clout and weren't disrespecting their hood, but as soon as BD bitches started disturbing the peace, a Murder Town GD busted shots in the air to clear everybody out. After the altercation, Johns left the party with Brown, Carpenter, and Anderson. They left in John's car, with Anderson driving. Okay, let's pause for a moment, so everyone is clear about what is happening in our story at this point. Lil Boo is driving Caprice John's car with Tay Snitch 100, aka Jeminte Carpenter, and Jasmine Brown along for the ride. Alright, let's return to the paperwork because it tells the story of how Tay Snitch 100 and his dumbass friends prepared to go on a drill with females from their hood. Carpenter made a phone call to either Massey or Ely, who were still with Herbert in her van, and told them about the altercation at the party. Pause. Tay Snitch 100 called Rondo or C-Day, who were riding in Memo 600 Sisters' van, and told them what happened at the party. What did he expect them to do? Carpenter put the call on speakerphone, and Brown could hear Ely's voice, which she recognized on the other end. Anderson drove to Wendy's, where they met up with a red car and Herbert's van. Pause again. So, Lil Boo drove Caprice John's car to the Wendy's, located off 55th and the Dan Ryan Expressway, to meet up with C-Day and Rondo, who were riding in Takia Herbert's van. Remember, Takia Herbert is Memo 600's sister. Ely and Massey exited the van and got into the red car, along with a man named DeRose. A fourth man, unidentified at trial, was the driver. The three vehicles drove back toward Wentworth Gardens in a convoy. First the red car, then Herbert's van, then John's car. According to Johns, they intended to see who shot at them and deal with the matter.
Yeah, I got locked up for a fucking, what the fuck they call that shit, bro? They put that fucking charge on me. I was locked up for a fucking, yeah, I got locked up for not participating for this shit, bro. These niggas tried to subpoena me to court for this shit. I ripped that shit up in their face, bro. I don't got shit to say about y'all, bro. I don't give no fuck about no bitches that said I was there, said I made a call. None of that shit, bro. Don't loop me in this shit, bro. Yeah, I was locked up for contempt of court. Contempt of court. Yeah. That's just like Lou Reese. Lou Reese got locked up for contempt of court. Y'all ain't say Lou Reese was snitch. Do y'all know what contempt of court is? That means not participating with what they talking about they want you to do. Only reason I was they was able to do that because the bitches that's told that really got on the stand for them that these niggas be around every fucking day. These hoes said that I called for them down there, bro. They said I called for them down there. They said I called for them down there and had that shit happen, which was a lie. That's why the bitch that said it, when she got on the stand, they locked her ass up for perjury. The bitch got locked up for perjury. When she got up there and lied, nigga, they locked up for perjury. Takia Kynes, nigga, this Memo and them sister. Let's not forget that. On Denzel Childs, nigga. On Lenore Anderson Soul, boy, Memo and them sister told on phone too. There's 3 holes on this case.
Tay Snitch 100 is the worst type of so-called gangster. He expects females to follow some bullshit street rules against snitching made up by coward, bitch-ass niggas who do not want to face consequences for their criminal activities and will snitch on each other in a heartbeat to save themselves. In March 2014, Tay Snitch 100 gave a statement to the police about the murder of Javon Boyd. Authorities eventually subpoenaed him to testify during the grand jury proceedings. He went on the run, but they caught his dumb ass in Atlanta. Authorities granted him immunity to testify before the grand jury, but he decided to invoke his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination anyway, in order to avoid being labeled a snitch by niggas in his hood. It didn't work. He got locked up for contempt of court, but niggas already knew he gave a statement, and the real paperwork, proving that he cooperated with the police, was eventually released to the general public, proving once and for all that he earned the nickname Tay Snitch 100. As for Memo 600's sister, Takia Herbert, now known as Takia Kynes, all we have to do is return to the paperwork to find out the reason she got locked up for perjury. At trial, Herbert admitted attending the party, but she denied seeing defendants at the party or knowing anything about the shooting. She was impeached with a signed statement she made to Assistant State's Attorney Patrick Waller on March 4, 2014, which was admitted as substantive evidence. We'll reveal Snitch 100 signed statement from March 2014 when we conclude our Star Wars trilogy about the criminal past and uncertain future of OTF. But before we do, please smash that like button and subscribe to the Cartoon News Network to watch upcoming videos from us like Clone Wars, The Stories of Pluto, representing Lamron 300, and Pluto 2 times, who is rumored to have killed at least 10 people.
Meanwhile, Latoya Adams was visiting her mother in Wentworth Gardens. Around 3 a.m., on the morning of February 22nd, she called for a taxi to go to a friend's house. Boyd, who was driving a car that contained no outside indication that it was a vehicle for hire, was dispatched to the call. As the three-vehicle convoy approached 38th Street and Princeton Avenue, they passed Boyd, sitting in his parked car, waiting to pick up Adams. The three vehicles all made a U-turn and came to a stop. Massey, Ely, and D. Rose exited the red car and approached Boyd's car from the passenger side. Let me take a break from our story to ask everyone a quick question. How many people in the audience knew before watching this video that D. Rose was at the scene of the crime during the murder of Javon Boyd? Both Herbert and Johns witnessed the shooting. Herbert saw Massey and Ely open Boyd's passenger side door, and then saw Massey firing a gun into the car. She heard 4 or 5 gunshots, after which Massey and Ely returned to the red car and drove away. According to Johns, Massey and Ely spoke to Boyd, and then Johns saw a light flash from the gun and Boyd jumping, as if he was getting shot. At trial, Johns said she did not see the actual gun, but in a prior statement to detectives, Johns identified Ely as the shooter. After the shooting, D. Rose ran back to John's car and got inside, saying shit, and he's dead. Massey and Ely ran back to one of the other vehicles, and all three vehicles drove away. As they left, Johns could see Boyd slumped over in his car. The shooting was captured on surveillance cameras belonging to the Chicago Housing Authority, which owns the Wentworth Gardens housing project. The video footage was played for the jury. In the videos, 3 vehicles drove past Boyd's vehicle, and then drove back the other way. The convoy leader, a red car, stopped next to Boyd's vehicle, and 2 men got out, one wearing a striped tracksuit, Massey, and the other wearing a brown shirt and white pants, Ely. They approached Boyd's car from the front passenger side, and appeared to be talking to him. Boyd's car started backing up but hit a vehicle parked a couple of feet behind him. At this point, D. Rose got out of the red car, and ran back toward John's car. There was a bright flash of light near Ely's hand. Boyd's car surged forward and hit another parked car. Massey and Ely ran forward to look in the front passenger window. Ely returned to the red car. Massey followed him a few moments later, and the 3 vehicles drove away. Adams came outside to pick up her ride and found Boyd hanging out of the driver's side of his car. She asked him if he was okay. He did not respond. Someone else had already called the police, so Adams called the taxi company to inform them that their driver had been shot. She then remained at the scene and cooperated with police when they arrived. After leaving the scene of the shooting, all 3 vehicles drove to the Shell gas station at 55th Street. Video surveillance footage from the gas station showed Ely walking toward John's car. Massey did not appear in the video. According to Johns, Ely entered her car, told her that he dropped his iPhone at the scene of the crime, and asked her to help him retrieve it. Ely also told Johns about the shooting. He said that he asked the victim if he was from over here, and specified the part of Wentworth Gardens where the party had been. The victim said he was. Ely then said, "Man down," which Johns understood to mean the victim was dead. Johns drove back to the scene of the crime, but police had already cordoned off the area, and would not allow her to enter. Officers did, in fact, find an iPhone in the middle of the street near the victim's vehicle. So, if you didn't believe word on the street that C-Day left his phone at the scene of the crime because no one could be that stupid. Here's proof, as if anybody needed any more evidence that C-Day, was that stupid?